Hi, Dennis Weiss for Eagle Communications. We have an exciting event we're going to talk about today, and to do the bulk of the lifting at the Five Star Arts Festival, Sharon Roberts-Meyer. Welcome.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Very good. You have a great event, brand new to Abilene,
Correct.
that you and other volunteers are working on. It's called the Five Star Arts Festival. What's it all about?
Well, it was actually the brainchild of Glenda Purvis, who is our CVB Executive Director, and some other people who have wanted to bring something like this to Abilene for a few years. Last year they did a one-day event where they had local artists inside local businesses, and they did a Taste of Abilene on Saturday night, met with great response. Okay. So yes, the potential for us to do a three-day event has grown, and that's what we're going to do this year. Last weekend in September, Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, we're going to close off 2nd Street, and from Buckeye to Cedar on the side streets. There will be tents with artists, food vendors. There will be a tent with activities, very creative activities for children. There will be 2 stages for entertainment, a lot of different types of entertainment, not just jazz, although there certainly will be some jazz, but we want it to be eclectic music so that we bring down people of all different interests.
Okay. We have a history of talking about economic development on our town show. Gosh, what a great example of how to make things grow and go this festival could be for the city of Abilene.
Yes, it could be. Cities across the United States are realizing the economic impact of events. And for us to be able to do something like this, it will help our local businesses, our local ranchers, everyone will benefit, as well as bringing opportunities for families to come together and enjoy art, to have art appreciation. As I said, Christine Frakes is going to do some fun things for children. James Holland is booking some different types of bands. We're going to have food vendors, and then we hope to have artists of all different mediums, from metal to jewelry to fabric to painting, so that people can take advantage of looking and observing and appreciating and purchasing art.
Five Star Art Festival. The 5 star comes from the name, Dwight David Eisenhower, 5 stars
That's
on
right,
the shoulder.
General.
But it also has been in the naming nomenclature of Abilene for a while now about who we are,
right.
The 5 Star District. This is the heart of downtown, this event.
Correct.
Art festivals, art events are gaining popularity everywhere because they're so family friendly.
That's right.
They serve so many people, both not only the people who come and watch, but the people who are there as a vendor.
The vendors, exactly.
It's such a tremendous thing.
Art is truly in the eye of the beholder.
It is, indeed.
And if you go to art festivals in other communities or in other states, you'll see a little bit of everything. And I have been doing that pretty much my entire life, and sometimes you walk away and you go, wow, that isn't something that I like. And then you see some person behind you walk up and pay $500 for something. Right. So we want to have a group of eclectic artists. We want professional as well as new, emerging, and aspiring artists. So wouldn't it be nice if we were known that every year you come to the 5 Star Arts Festival in Abilene, you buy a piece of art, and 5 years from now that's tripled or quadrupled in value. It
would be such a great thing for all of us to be able to have that come true. Yes. Okay, let's talk about how your artists. You're looking for different groups, and tell me how you're going about telling them you'd love for them to come, and what's it cost to get
Well,
here?
there's an artist database, so we've certainly sent out information. Okay. There is still room for artists, so we are still looking for artists at this point. The deadline is actually the September the 1st, but the sooner the better.
Sure.
Because it is a first year, our entry fee is only $50.
Okay.
So that's a very low fee for someone, especially if they've never done a show. We're also going to provide some large tents Because if you're just getting started, it's expensive for you to set up your displays, your tent.
You mind if I get my phone out and call my daughter?
No, I don't. Please
and
do.
tell her that it's only $50
That's right.
and
that's
Dad
right.
would pay?
That, we're hoping that we've contacted the universities and the colleges here in Kansas, because we do want some of the new artists. Or maybe someone who's retired and they've been working, at their job for 40 years, and now they've decided that they want to paint, or they want to quilt, or maybe they want to do metal work. We want these people. We want you to show and display your wear.
Well, my daughter just graduated from Wichita State and their fine arts program with a master's in fine arts, and she had an art show in Wichita on Friday night, and my wife and son and I drove down to see this. And it was a room probably about the size of this room at a local framing shop, and they turned it into a little art show every so often. It was a fantastic show. Had all sorts of diversity there.
That's what we want, Dennis.
Of art, and
I need the names of all of those artists that were displaying
I probably
last
have
week.
pictures on my phone.
That's even better.
But anyway, the barrier to that might have been a little higher than the barrier to come to Abilene. I don't really know, because I think you kind of had to be invited to that one. But the reality of it is, there's a lot of people who are interested in art.
Yes, there is, yes.
I watched a lot of different people walk through the door Friday night, including my son and I.
There is no normal art patron, right?
That's what my wife said about my son and I. There is no normal there.
That's right, that's right.
I don't know what she meant by that, but that's what she said.
I've decided the only normal is the setting on your dryer.
Oh, okay. Hey, I like that one. I might use that one. Okay, so let's jump in. We've established that the barrier to come is really not a barrier at all.
There's not a barrier.
Yeah, that's about 10 gallons of gas and a donut. So we want you to come wherever you are, and we have a spot for you in downtown Abilene, and it'll be a fantastic place to exhibit your work. This will be played not only on our local cable channels from Marion, Hillsboro to Clay Center and kind of everybody in between, but it'll also be available on the internet, and we put that up and put links out through the Salina Post and other people in our area, so the people know it's there. But there's a tremendous amount of people in our area who come to Abilene to go to Great Plains Theater or have a piece of chicken, and we have 175,000 people a year that go to Eisenhower Presidential Library. No reason we can't put on a great art show.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, tell me what you think is the best thing that's going to happen out of Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. What's your favorite?
My favorite is the children's tent on Sunday.
Okay.
It is going to be an opera. All of our artists that are participating, we're asking them to donate at least one piece of their work. On Sunday, all of those donations will be set up on tables in a tent. Children from the ages of 4 to 14 can go in and purchase maybe their first piece of art for $5. Now that money is just going to go into a fund to keep, working on our whole festival.
Sure.
But their parents can't go in with them.
I read that. I saw that in some of your news releases. I thought, that's pretty tricky there.
It's very tricky because mom can't say, I like that piece of jewelry, buy that for me.
You're trying to turn these kids into the buyers and choosers of their own art.
Yes. Future art patrons, or at least appreciation of art, of different kinds of art.
Yeah.
So
that's a great idea.
Our whole committee, I wish I could say that it was ours, but I did steal it from another festival very close to us, but I don't care.
Yeah. Great ideas are great ideas.
That's right, that's right.
Yeah.
So
that's a good one. That probably.
And the parents that we've talked to, they're like, wow, what a fabulous idea.
Yeah.
So.
And at only $5, I mean, you can't go wrong with $5. So if your kid comes home with something you hate, $5.
Yeah,
what?
You haven't lost a lot.
Put it in your room, you'll never see it again anyway.
But they'll be proud of it.
Yes.
And so that's what we want to establish.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I think that's really cool. Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that.
You also have a taste of Abilene. I don't know if I've ever tasted art, so how's that work?
Well, actually the taste is, we've invited all of our locally owned restaurants to ask them to bring a taste for 150 to 175 people.
Wow.
And that's going to be held in the depot on Saturday night.
Saturday night.
We're encouraging it to be an adult event.
Sure.
There will be some alcoholic beverages available and some entertainment. But it's a chance for you to walk around and get a taste of maybe a restaurant that you haven't visited, or maybe you didn't realize that the restaurant serves that type of food or that particular dish. So it is a chance for you to taste different restaurants, and we're very excited about the participation of our locally owned restaurants.
What great advertising for those restaurants.
Yes, very much so.
I just tend to default think about the economic value of things. What a great opportunity to get people out of their rut and to try a different vendor.
That's right.
And if they add one more trip to a different restaurant into their monthly schedule, gosh, that's a big win for the city of Abilene.
That's right. We do have one restaurant that's going to stay open, the Dish. She's normally closed on Saturdays, and so she's going to stay open because of the festival.
And right there, too.
Right there, and then she's also participating Saturday night. So she's really, it's stretching her to do both of this, as well as a couple of others. But most of the other restaurants are already open on Saturdays. But she sees Ann sees the value in participating in an event like this.
All growth is a form of stretching.
Yes.
Interesting.
We have to try something new.
Even trees have to stretch to grow.
Right.
Interesting story for those of you who are wondering why is it so important that I go to the 5-Star Arts Festival? Okay. You remember the biosphere where they tried to put a big bubble out in the Arizona desert and see how things could grow on outer space and all that and stuff. And everything worked but the trees. And the trees, they'd plant them, they'd grow a little while and die. You know why? There's no wind. Without wind to stretch the cells in the trees, the nutrients in the water wouldn't properly move
didn't have anywhere to go.
We're going to give you a chance to come downtown Abilene and stretch a little bit.
That's right, that's right.
And see some things you haven't seen before, enjoy some things you haven't had a chance to put your hands on or your eyes on, and taste.
Taste, yep. We're going to appeal to all the senses. Your ears, we're having wonderful music, different kinds of music.
That's right.
Your eyes, so you can see different types of art, and taste. So, and probably some things that you can feel. Many artists don't want you doing a lot of touching, but there are some artists that want you to touch their work.
At the art show Friday night in Wichita, a lot of it was a sculpture out of stone, and that's a touchable. And there were wooden things, and those are all touchable.
Right. And metal art. So we have some metal artists around the area, and so you certainly are allowed to touch that, but sometimes fine jewelry and glass.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they'll put those in a case.
They will. I hope so too.
Okay, action items as we near the end of our little show here. What can people who are watching this program do to help make the 5-Star Arts Festival a success and last into the future?
If you know of an artist that has never displayed, that has always thought about being in a show, this is their show. Call the Convention and Visitors Bureau, get online, look us up, 5-Star Arts Fest, get an application, make sure you're a participant this year. If you're not an artist, come down and support it. You know, be here in Abilene Friday night or Saturday or Sunday. Come down and support the arts, to walk around this community, buy food from the food trucks, listen to the music, and just show your appreciation of a community that's building something new that's going to benefit everyone.
We're very lucky in Abilene. We have a great northern business district, and frankly, we have a southern business district. Some of our biggest retailers are located at each end of the town.
That's right.
But all of those people do a good job of supporting downtown.
They do.
And this isn't simply another opportunity, whether they use it for advertising or they send their employees down with some Friday night packages or Saturday night packages. But we encourage every business owner, I encourage every business owner in Abilene to find a way of getting yourself and your employees engaged in having a good time here. It'll make a difference for every business in the community. I think of Mark Picking that we had on camera, who owns Abilene Rental out on the far west side of town. You know, I guess we're not maybe doing too many chainsaws or mowers here at this event, but people who will come to Abilene and appreciate Abilene increases the opportunity for him to sell his services and his products. And that's, I just use him because he popped in my head. But every business in town can find a way of growing their business through an event like this. And
showing their support, putting up posters, those will be ready in another couple of weeks, showing their support and talking to their employees, encouraging them. It's a free event. It doesn't cost you anything. Now, the taste is a $20 ticket. And if the children want to buy something on Sunday, it's $5 for the kids to buy a piece of art. But you literally could come down and
that's the
there's
price
no
of
ticket.
a Happy Meal.
Yes.
Okay, Sharon Roberts-Meyer,
Thank you.
Festival Coordinator. You've done a lot of work to make this happen with your staff and volunteers all around you.
Great committee of volunteers in the community.
We have a organic art community in Abilene that's helped put this together. We want to thank you for your effort as we end our show, but together we'll look into the camera and we'll encourage people to come. If you're an artist, come. If you want to see art, come. If you want to just have a good time and walk around downtown Abilene at the end of September, the 25th, 26th, and 27th.
Last weekend of September.
You cannot beat this as a time to have fun.
That's right. Thank you.
Okay. For Eagle Communications, I'm Dennis Weiss. We'll be looking for you there.